So we're back here on the Duncan Duo show talking about the local real estate market. Arnie giving me a great shout out during the news break because of a great job we did selling a condo.
Yeah, let me give you a shameless plug here because he just recently sold my condo. We closed on Friday, and I have a partner with the condo, and it was his words, not mine, quote unquote, that was easy.
That's awesome. Yeah. And we got a great price for it. I think one of the highest priced in the community in a while, and held the line pretty heavy on price and got it sold pretty quickly. So definitely, you know, if you've got a waterfront condo, a lot of people look at us and see, oh, they're in Tampa, but we do a lot of work on the beaches, a lot of waterfront stuff. And sometimes people look at us and think because we're in Tampa, we can't do something.
I was a little disappointed you sold it so quickly.
He was just getting used to it, yeah.
Well, I know you're a big Lightning fan,
Yeah.
and you love going to games, so I'll get you some tickets. How about that? Does that help? That helps smooth it out a little bit. So, well, we were talking in the first part of the show about the flooding, and then about the market, and about how our predictions for the market, and my 2 cents is I think that the market right now is extremely healthy. Everything coming out looks great. The challenge is that anytime that we start talking about the market right now and what we're seeing, there's always the skepticism of what's down the line. And there's so many variables that it's really impossible for anyone to predict. Any news journalist, any economist, no one can get it right. There's so many variables. And rates are going to have a huge play in it. Job creation is going to have a huge play. And real estate is so local that local factors can have a big play in it. If we get hit with some big storm or this flooding gets worse, it could have a serious negative effect. A week or two is not going to have much of an impact because we're not going to lose any of those buyers. They're just going to come back and we're not going to lose anything. But realistically, if the flooding continued or got worse or there was some sort of storm, that could cause a major ruffle into our real estate market. If you talk to people in New Orleans that were in real estate around the time of Katrina and some of those storms, real estate was going great in some other areas, but it was disaster there. I mean, so there's a lot of factors.
An act of God is definitely going to impact things a little bit.
It's funny you bring up the act of God, and Shawn, you mentioned a phrase that very few people know what it is. Force majeure. Great little legal clause. Force majeure. I might not get it right. Shawn, if people are going to see that in a real estate contract and they're like, what in the hell is this? So tell everybody out there what force majeure is.
I've always pronounced it, and
I might be wrong. Force majeure.
I've always pronounced it just how it's spelled. I've always said force majeure.
I thought it was some
French thing going on there.
It's Majeure or something like that. So, and that's in essence what it is. It's an act of God. It's some kind of major storm, some kind of major event. It could be a war. It could be an act of terrorism. It could be an earthquake. It could be a flood. something that is out of the control
of either party.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what it is. And every contract, every Florida bar contract or FAR bar contract, every realtor contract has some type of force majeure clause in it. They may differ slightly between contracts, but they've all got them in there, and they all allow for some delay in the closing if
something
one of
like
these
that
things
happens.
should happen. Right.
Can you use that term in relationships too? Force majeure.
Yeah, that's it. Babe, I didn't make it today.
Yeah, that was a force majeure.
She's like looking on her phone.
I'm sorry I'm late. It was force majeure. I think that's going to be all of our experience.
Right.
I was going to call into the show this morning and be late because of force majeure. I was going to, hey guys, it's force majeure. And they're like, it's rain. I think that would, I'll tell you, that'd be, it'll be interesting to see because I think people wouldn't necessarily say that phrase. I think it's, storm or it's, but they had to create a cool phrase. They couldn't say like, and obviously like sometimes they wouldn't want to say act of God because people that aren't religious might think that's,
politically correct,
so they have to come up with something that, an uncontrollable event would be just it doesn't sound cool enough.
Not to be confused with force manure. So.
All right, that's going down a path. We're going to change subjects here. Anyway, I was going to talk about our smoking hot deals.
Those are the force majeure right there.
I can't really follow them. We'll have to talk in the next segment about our smoking hot deals. But and if you follow us on our social channels, we might even post pictures of Force Majeure, not the other one,
Yeah.
not the other one.
This whole segment's gonna be cut out.
Yeah. Censored.
This is going in the same wastebasket as our
The
breaks.
FCC just text messaged us and told us to shut it down. But follow us on our socials. You can look for us at The Duncan Duo on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook.com/The Duncan Duo Show. We post videos. This one will definitely make the Facebook page. We post videos of the show. We post lots of great real estate content and keep you updated on what's going on statistically. New listings that hit the market, as well as a lot of other great things tied to the real estate market by searching for The Duncan Duo. And we'll be back after a quick news break to continue the conversation about the Tampa real estate market.